This is a Northern Line train terminating at Morden.
I'm on the Northern Line, heading southbound, and by 2021, after a year of delays and over £1 billion, I'll be able to ride this train all the way to Nine Elms and Battersea Power Station. These two new stations are the first additions in 90 years and aim to connect the areas with central London. Since the extension was confirmed, the local borough councils made plans with developers and landowners to start regeneration projects. According to the government, the extension would help create 25,000 new jobs and 20,000 new homes, all built for commuters that would use the new fast route into central London. A hotspot for this development was Nine Elms on the South Bank. Experts say that developers in Nine Elms have prioritised making luxury apartments instead of providing affordable housing for commuters. Merlin Fulcher, an architectural journalist, says that it's an opportunity wasted.
The fact that a lot of money has been invested in that tube line is probably one of the reasons why a lot of money wasn't put into affordable housing. You have to build that tube line there in order to get planning permission for that density. The big question is whether or not the density of people living there will actually use that tube line, because if a lot of the residential is speculative, then those people aren't going to be using the tube. I think for a lot of people, it's about having a swanky flat, getting into your swanky car and zooming into the West End. The amazing, talented people that we need to work and to pour their love and ambitions into the city, there is no space for those people to live. There has been affordable housing delivered. However, it's not at the kind of scale and of the kind of imaginative quality that would have changed London and given London what it really needed.
436 2.
I've had to change to a bus to finish my journey, which has already been double the 15 minutes promised by the extension. Everywhere I look, I can see skyscrapers under construction. But will commuters be able to afford to live here and make use of the extension? George Turner was a Liberal Democrat candidate who challenged Lambeth and Wandsworth borough councils when these sites in Vauxhall and Nine Elms were being planned. And he says that they haven't protected Londoners' needs for affordable housing.
There's been an enormous amount of fraud, frankly, in the development industry over the last 10 to 15 years or so, with developers claiming that they can't provide community contributions because the developments that they're building are completely unprofitable. And I think they know full well that that's just not the truth. Wandsworth Council decided that it would get rid of a large part of the affordable housing requirement. You could say if we didn't give up on the affordable housing requirement, there'd be no affordable housing at all. That would be their argument. What council should have been doing is calling these developers bluffs and saying, okay, well, if you don't want to build it, jog on. They see their role as promoting development, and therefore what benefits the developer benefits the council. And that's a very dangerous line of thinking when the council's role should be to protect the public.
I've arrived here in Nine Elms, and at 227 hectares of land, it's the largest regeneration site in central London. Many of these buildings are still under construction or not occupied. If I wanted to live at this building in front of me, for instance, it would cost me a minimum of £650,000. Experts in sustainable urban regeneration, like Rupesh Vasani, say that it's designed for safe property investment for wealthy investors, which also protects the developers' extremely high construction costs associated with high-rise buildings.
It isn't really serving any purpose for the land, it's just a safety deposit box. But we shouldn't be looking at it as land value, we should be looking at it as sort of, I'd call it land opportunity. What opportunity does this land have to contribute, as opposed to what value does it have for us to sort of extract? Everyone needs to take something off the table here, and you can create new tools, but you've got a tool set already. Why don't you start using the tools you have?
Mr Fasani also says that there's still time for developers to offer more affordable housing by the time the extension opens, but they're unlikely to take the financial risk. I've been Ben Conway for City News.